welcome to Technofile. This week, health and beauty and how technology can help us achieve both. Coming up, zap your health and beauty concerns with laser and ultrasound technology. We look at the innovations in this area, from the gadgets you can use in your own home to those used by surgeons in the operating theatre. First, intense light can apparently permanently reduce body hair, tackle acne and sort age spots. We went to Dove Spa to find out whether it works and whether it hurts.
About 15 years ago, scientists came to the realization that they could use the broad spectrum of light, white light, as long as it came from the right source and had the right points on the spectrum where it had the right amounts of energy to achieve the same results that lasers could achieve in things like hair reduction, hair removal. And so this white light was developed, which is safer, uses less energy, it's much more affordable. One of the differences between intense pulse light and lasers is that lasers are little tiny points of light. So in order to do a treatment, you have to do an awful lot of shots to cover even a smaller area. In a case like this, you can do an underarm in, 8 or 10 shots on either side, and they're only separated in the treatment terms by about 5 seconds. So the actual treatment takes a very short period of time because the surface area is so large. The next stage will be the development of home use devices, intensely affordable intense pulse light devices that you can buy, take home, and use in the comfort of your own home.
For the professionals to do it is one thing. For us to start wielding these kind of things on ourselves, is that safe?
As we move into the consumer area, we'll be using much lower energy levels, smaller spot sizes, and more frequent treatments, because you can afford to sit there and do 10 or 12 treatments at home instead of doing 5 or 6 in a spa.
I think you should make a fist for me.
Yeah.
Thank you. And pop your goggles on.
Okay.
Okay, so we always fire a test shot. Make sure it's lined up nicely.
It's quite a strange sensation, actually, with a very slight feeling of warmth.
That's right.
But what if you want to slim down? The brave, or foolish, could resort to liposuction using laser technology or the latest alternative, the VASER ultrasound. Both methods emulsify fat, but in slightly different ways.
What's different, really, is that a VASER uses ultrasound, high-frequency ultrasound, and a long solid metal titanium probe, which is inserted into the fat in order to destroy and to emulsify the fat. It's different from lasers and smart lipo procedures because it's using a different energy source, and that's what makes it unique. It's also exceptionally efficient. With smart lipo, which is the laser system, you're using heat in order to break the fat cells, and then the contents of the fat cell just spill out. With VASER, which is using high-frequency ultrasound, you're vibrating the cells and destroying the cell membrane in that particular way, and again, the contents of the cell will spill out. They're just both ways of destroying hundreds of cells at a single stroke. The difference is that because the probe is much thicker, the VASER has a much greater killing power per stroke of passage through the fat.
The person on the table that day was a journalist on a very personal assignment. He gave us the lowdown, moments after getting VASER lipo on his stomach.
I've just had the VASER treatment and had about 190 millilitres removed from my midriff, which is a huge relief. There seemed to be 3 separate procedures. One was the very close attention to detail to the very strict regime they have here, which is everything is pure, everything is purified. We isolate the area, which in my case was my stomach area. Then the VASER action actually begins, which is a vibrating motion underneath the skin once the anaesthetic has taken hold, which to loosen up the fat deposits. And then finally, which is the real money shot, which is to get in there with the lipo and see coming out of the tube the results of several thousand nights out eating black pudding, late night curries and too many pints of Guinness.
You don't have to visit a clinic to use the latest equipment in this area. There are plenty of laser and ultrasound gadgets for use in the home. Now for the follically challenged man, another toy to try and bring back the lost hair. This is called Hair Max. It's a laser comb. Why laser? Well, I assume it's because it's a bit like those pointers that they put on a PowerPoint demonstration. Let me flick the camera with the red laser light there. I fancy you shouldn't do that in your own eyes because they're probably dangerous. But put this through your hair, it says here, and move it very slowly. For best results, move 1 inch every 4 seconds. And apparently, according to the claims on the case, statistically significant results from multi-centered double-blind clinical studies means it may well bring some hair back. Now, on to Ultra Leave. This is a device here which your physiotherapist might use. We've all had a strained muscle or a bad joint or something that's causing a bit of pain. Well, here's a bit of relief for those kind of things. You put the special gel, this has got a lovely eucalyptus flavour to it, onto, let's say I've sprained my forearm here, you put it onto the skin, and then here you are, you can control this particular device and set it going for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes on various power settings, and gentle application of this, and the pain, pleasant tingle I must say, seems to evaporate. And so to the Tria. Now this is a personal laser hair removal device aimed at the women folk of the world. It certainly looks professional enough, rechargeable battery cells, and it comes with full instructions. But I wonder if these things really work.
It does work, but it also depends what you know about laser hair removal, because permanent laser hair removal basically means permanent laser hair reduction. It's a different word and it's very important. Over the couple of months I've been testing it, I've noticed my hair's a lot finer, it grows back a lot thinner, and there's also a lot less of it, which is pretty good. But it still doesn't mean you have to leave erasers at home, because maybe once a week rather than every day or every other day. I'm going to put it on level 3, just for you. We've got the red diode laser here, which will emit the light, which will burn the hair down to the follicle. I'm going to move it along screen. The first beep is when it has contact with the skin, and the second beep is when it's finished lasering. You won't really be able to see the red light on camera, but I'll do it another one. The fan will start going as well to prevent it from overheating. But it will take quite a long time to do a large area, which is why you need sort of an evening on your own. Well, to do around half a leg, I'd say probably about 20 to 30 minutes. That'll probably be the whole time you can do it as well, because the battery life will die. Definitely room for improvement, but best thing I've seen on the market that does this so far.
And that's about it for this time. Don't forget you can keep right up to date on all the technology news at skynews.com/technology. Until next time, goodbye.